Sil's National Football Show. Oh, look at Dominique. I swear I'd put hands on Sil. Oh, really? Oh, my friend. Oh, my friend. Oh, ye of little knowledge. Oh, yeah. I'm not the guy you want to find in an alley. Let's just put it that in there. How you doing anyway? Hopefully everybody's having a good one. Hour number 2. We're going to take a look at comparing as we get ready for that fish bait that the Eagles are playing on Monday, the Washington Commanders. And we'll look at week 9 of the NFL. Going to do a little bit of comparison here in a second. Here they are. Ton of stuff to hit on here. Okay? Dude, wait a minute. Way to go, Sal. So, Jeff Saturday is now the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. I better dust off my resume, man, and get myself ready because you never know when you're going to get called to be the head coach somewhere. You just never know. I mean, Jim Irsay, dude, pill popping and whiskey drinking. I need to put the pill bottle down and some of the whiskey you're drinking. Easy, man. It's the same guy that's going around going, Daniel Snyder needs to lose his team. And this guy just named a guy who's working at ESPN, has never coached before in his entire life. I think a high school. And now he's the head coach of the Colts. Hey, I'm not making that up. Somebody won't hire Eric Bieniemy to be a head coach in the NFL. But you'll hire a guy in Jeff Saturday who works at ESPN and is an analyst. Really? Yeah. Eric Bieniemy can't get a job. He can't get a job. But Jeff Saturday does. Dude, if that is not, hey, and by the way, there's got to be some rules. There's got to be some rules, in my opinion, when it comes to also interim coaches. You can't just go like this. Well, let me name my white end as the head coach with no experience. I mean, really, dude. That is such a bad look for the Rooney Rule. Jeff Saturday, who's never coached. William, Jeff Saturday's your interim coach now in Indianapolis. That's beyond ridiculous. Bieniemy can't even get a decent interview. And the interviews, and I know Eric very well. Hey, get this. In the interviews he gets, they're all shitty teams. All shitty teams. But Jeff Saturday's the head coach now. You talk about setting African-American assistant coaches back. Right there's a great example of it. You mean to tell me there's not a black qualified assistant coach on Frank Reich's coaching staff? On Frank Reich's coaching staff that could take over. You name a dude who's an analyst at ESPN as your head coach. Okay? Dude, no, maniac. That's how I feel. I'm not race baiting on anything. That's ridiculous, man. You keep talking to me about the Rooney Rule and how the Rooney Rule should affect everybody and everything. And then you turn around and you see some dumbass like Jim Irsay do that. You belittle the Rooney Rule. It means Brian Flores, it's a shitty rule. It's a rule, what is it? It's an affirmative action rule. That's the Rooney Rule is the NFL's version of affirmative action. I got to do this because he's black. So I have to interview him because he's black. It's the only reason. Jeff Saturday? Okay. Right. Barely knows the players on the team. It's such a bad look. It's for show. Dude, I'm trying to win ball games. I'm not trying to put on a beauty pageant. I mean, come on, man. Hey, can I make a suggestion to the NFL here? Why don't you just can the Rooney Rule? Because everybody sees through it. It's a horseshit rule that goes nowhere. You find it odd that the only place that hired Brian Flores was the Rooneys? Jeff Saturday. I had to look it up 3 times. I really thought it was like a fake account, and I couldn't believe what I was reading when I read that. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. They're trying to, hey, Warrior says they're trying to lose to get the top quarterback. Well, isn't that exactly what Brian Flores was talking about in Miami? That coaches set the team up for sabotaging, the same way Howie Roseman set the team up for sabotaging when they benched all those players at the end of the season 3 years ago. Remember when Howie tanked the season 2 and threw games? Especially that last game. He threw that last game so he'd get, what, a better draft pick? That's exactly what Brian Flores is talking about. And by the way, it's not a Howie thing. I'm not hating on Howie. It's the game. Can't hate the player. That's the game that they play. That's not on Howie. If Howie could do it, he was going to do it. Okay? Howie did the right thing. Why not? Why not? It was there for him. Everyone else does it. I'm not, it's not a rip at him for that. That's a league thing. So don't tell me, well, they don't throw games. Yeah, they do. Jeff Saturday is your head coach. Really? They played Sudfeld. I'm not sure he's still in the league. Oh, you mean the third quarterback shouldn't have been out there? Over Jalen Hurts? No. Jalen Hurts is your future, not Nate Sudfeld. Nate Sudfeld. That's Jimmy G's backup. Hey, we had to see what we were having here. Oh, okay. Oh, my God. Take a look at this Tyreek Hill. Then we're going to get into Tagovailoa versus Jalen Hurts. Tyreek Hill right now has 76 catches. 1,100 yards. You know how some of you guys are saying that these guys are on pace for, like, 1,000-yard season or what have you? Tyreek Hill's on pace for 11. He's on pace for 2,085 yards. 144 catches. Who in their right mind would have ever thought that a wide receiver would have 2,000 yards? This is unbelievable. He's got 1,104 today. He's got a season. Get this. Right now, he has a better season than what Devonta Smith had in his rookie year, having played only 8 games. He's got 76 catches for 1,104. Oh my God. I think Megatron got 1969, 215. If I'm not mistaken, I think the record's 1969 by Megatron. I think Megatron got it. I don't think he got 2,000. 1924? Okay. Well, shit, Cooper Kupp had to have been right there last year, right? Dude, Waddle's on pace for 1,500 yards too. Wow, is Tua a quarterback? Holy cow. Where's that? Here we go. Tua's killing it. Tua is killing it. Leo, 1964. Okay, I thought it was somewhere in there, 64, 69. Whew. What a quarterback. Tagovailoa, man who beat Jalen out. This guy's played in 6 games. Okay? Think of this for a second. This guy's missed a couple ball games, right? Because of the concussion thing. 70% completion percentage. If he plays the rest of the games, which is an if, I'll tell you this. Who do you feel more comfortable finishing the season? Christian McCaffrey or Tagovailoa? I'm going to say Christian. Tagovailoa's on pace for 38, 40, and 29 touchdowns with a 115.9 quarterback rating. Hurts, 68-2. Wow. Up from 61. Way to go. 43-39. He won't get there. 26 touchdowns, 4 picks at a 107.8. There's one thing that will always be true between these two men that competed for the same job at Alabama. Tua is a better thrower of the football. Jalen may be the most complete of the two. Can we compromise there? Jalen's the most complete of the two. Jalen can win games. Jalen can win more games than Tua can. Even though Tua, he wins some ball games. Jalen's more complete. This is where I will give this. Jalen's more complete than Tua will ever be. Tua will never have the ability to do what Jalen does on third down when it comes to using his legs. He'll never. Can you imagine if Brady had that ability? He'd be undefensible. You couldn't defend Brady if he had Jalen's wheels. You couldn't defend him. Jalen has more complete game. Okay? Tua's a better passer. Not by a lot. Well, he puts up better numbers. I mean, he puts up huge passing numbers, passing stats too, and passing yards. He puts big numbers up. I think he had big numbers again. We'll get into that here in a minute because we got Gary Cobb at the bottom of the hour. Can passing be taught 85? Accuracy, you mean? Can it be taught? I think that's one of the reasons, 85, that Peyton Manning practiced as much as he did with Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne, is because that was, get this, 85, that Peyton Manning never beat Florida. He was 0-4 at Tennessee when he played there. He never beat Florida. And he wasn't very accurate when he played those Gator teams. I think Charlie Strong was the D coordinator of those Gator teams too. Oh my God, by the way, would it get this? I have it on good authority that John Gruden has been offered the USF head football coaching job. I have it on great authority. The athletic director there is a dear friend of mine. By the way, the old athletic director used to be this guy, Leroy Selman. And I'm telling you, if John Gruden wants the USF head coaching job, it's there for him to take. The people in Tampa love him. Just putting that out there to you. Okay? How's that for you? Steve Young and Jalen Hurts. Steve Young and Jalen Hurts. Don't go there, man. Are you out of your mind? Let me take a. I got to get my phone next time. Steve Young and Jalen Hurts. Wow. Man, do you say that must be a Howie burner. USF and Tampa, right? Tua throwing to the fastest man in the league. His numbers might look better, dude. Hey, big, let's see here. Steve Young, Jalen Hurts. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 11.5-point favorites against that thing in Washington on Monday night. Chase Young's back. You know where they're going to line him up, don't you? Right over Jordan Mailata. They're going to test that shoulder out right away. Oh, and by the way, I got to tell you, I couldn't do it. Guys, I couldn't do it. Doug Williams called me over the weekend. Hey, man, I see you're covering that Eagle team. What do you make out of it? And I go, I'm like this. Oh, yes. And Doug's been on the show. He's a dear friend of mine. He goes, so what do you make of Jalen Hurts? I go, he's getting better, man. I gave him a good assessment. Here was my assessment to Doug Williams. I said, they're not making him have to really do a lot of reads. They're RPOing him, and he's doing a good job. If you notice, you won't see multiple receivers with 100-yard games like you do down in Miami. You're not going to see multiple 100-yard receiving games. If you notice, one guy here, 100, one guy here, 155, it'll be something like that. So you're not going to ever really see all three guys with 100. That's not going to that's not the style of offense. And nor should it be, because they can run the ball. He goes, well, how do you? I go, I think what they're doing is they're rolling him to teach him to see half the field. But this last game, he dropped back quite a bit, and he saw quite a bit of the field, which means he's seeing more comfortable, and he's more comfortable in the pocket. So he's getting there. Still got a way to go. He still overthrows and throws some grounders, but who doesn't? And Doug goes like this to me. Hey, man, that's kind of how we see it. I go, I wouldn't call him elite. I said, but I would say this to you. He could beat an elite quarterback. He could beat him, because you know why? I think he'll beat Rodgers. And Doug went like this to me. You're kidding. I go, no, I think he'll beat Rodgers. You know why? Rodgers is frustrated. He's 3-6. They haven't been underwater like this in decades. And I've never seen Aaron Rodgers that frustrated. By the way, some of those passes he threw in that Detroit game, they were not on that wide receiving core. I made an effort to watch that game. A lot of those passes were on Rodgers. 3 of those picks, you have to understand something. In 600 attempts, Aaron Rodgers has thrown 3 picks in a season. For him to throw in red zone, in the end zone, throwing interceptions in the end zone, it's the first time in his career it's ever happened. Okay? Just saying. Mailata had problems